Hello everyone, it's dragonplatinum here, and today I'm going to be talking about what is coming for SCP-3008 in Update 2.8. Now, very recently, Ugly Burger has released a Trello page, which has a bunch of the stuff of what is guaranteed and what is being considered for 2.8, aka the next big update. And I wanted to talk about this because some of the stuff here is extremely exciting, and I just really want to talk about it because if these things happen, it's going to change the way that the game is played. Alright, so really quickly, let's take a look at the guaranteed features first. And if you've been watching my videos for a little while, you'll already know this, but power outages are coming to SCP-3008. Now, this will basically just be when the lights kind of flicker, they go out, and I'm not exactly sure if it's going to affect the SCPs and make them like go after you and attack you. Nothing's been really said about that, but it mostly just messes with all the light sources, turns all the lights off, and it looks really, really cool, but you'd have to go find my old video where I showed it off, but it's still a really, really cool thing. And there's also going to be a new night state. Now, as you can see here, an event for night, employees will be enraged. That's all I know and all you need to know. I don't know what this could be, because we've already got Blood Night, we've got Regular Night. I don't know if there's gonna be some kind of power outage night, where, like, if there's a power outage during the day, it affects the night, so then all the light sources are out for that night, and maybe it just makes employees faster, I guess, or do more damage. I guess it could be called like a pitch black night, maybe, or something like that. But still very suspicious. I'm excited for this new night state, though. It could be really, really cool. There's also going to be an AI rewrite and optimization, which will try to give employees classes having different types of employees that have different abilities: speed, strength, animation / abilities, similar to Left 4 Dead 2 Zombies. If we really want to get crazy, hopefully parallel luau, I don't know what that word is. Now, I understand that this is mostly going to be for potentially how they're walking around or how they look, but if we take this idea of a class system into mind, we could have like much faster employees, we could have much stronger and hard-hitting employees, and then have some that maybe are animated in like ways where they're slouched over, which might make it easier for them to get into bases. Like if there was a crawling employee and it could crawl into your base just because of the animation is like that, that would be really interesting. I don't know if that's the idea that Ugly Burger is going for, but still really cool. And then there's also the mention of abilities. I don't know what those abilities could be. Personally, I have no idea. Maybe like jumping higher or something like that, but there's a chance that this could link to something that I'll be talking about in just a minute. And finally, there'll be client scripts and optimization and rewrites and stuff for all the scripting side of things, for like memory issues and stuff. I'm not a developer. I don't really know how all the back-end stuff works, but I'm sure it would make it that like so that we have like a better and smoother gaming experience, and things don't like bug out as often, which is always a good thing. Now let's talk about the things that are being considered. This is the part that I'm really, really excited for, and I hope some of these things, at least maybe a couple of them, get pushed through, if not for 2.8, maybe for 2.9, because like I said earlier, this could change the way that the game is played. Now, first things first is the saving settings for keybinds. So let's say that you got a special way that you play the game with like keybinds or your settings. Like for myself, I always turn off the in-game audio because I add audio over it in when I'm editing for videos, which it'd be nice if it could be saved so I don't have to go do that every single time. Just a small quality of life thing, but would be pretty helpful. Okay, so here is our first big one. Objectives / 3008 karma. Leaning towards objectives being during nighttime. Having things to occupy the user during night would heavily add so much gameplay that the game currently lacks. Simple things like collect 10 pieces of food or push 4 employees with objectives. It would be interesting to have a point system of sorts. The more objectives you complete, the higher your karma, like Reddit karma, but not on Reddit. So this is actually the kind of thing that I've been doing with my hardcore series, where I have an objective in mind that I'm trying to reach. Because, let's be honest, if you're playing the game optimally, it is actually really easy to survive. Just build yourself a box in a cafeteria, you're going to survive 9 times out of 10. But having these objectives, now I'm not exactly sure what the point system would do, if maybe like it's like for badges or like for some cosmetic thing or something down the line, but I think it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. It's something that the game could really, really need and really, really use. And it could just be a lot of fun. Who doesn't like completing objectives? I like doing the little check boxes. It makes my brain happy. Okay, here is our second big thing that is being considered. Again, keyword, this is being considered. It is not guaranteed. And so don't go bugging Ugly Burger about this, because this is something I know he's been pestered with for a long time. But expanded PvE, aka player versus enemy. Having expanded PvE would add a lot more dimension to the employees, being able to slide into their feet, push them in varying areas, and using items to whack employees would be really fun. With PvE, this should also include having the employees be more hostile towards the player. Breaking down their base is a heavy consideration in and of itself. Although I'd like to consider adding dead employees, similar to the article, I am worried about the performance behind it. Okay. I have no idea how this is going to work. This is something that I personally think would be amazing to have. I don't know how it would work, because we can't have things like guns, or well, we could, but it would change the way that the game is played completely. Like being able to kill employees would be a huge game changer, and I don't really know how it would work. Now, in my head, this is kind of the idea that I've had for a while. If employees are able to destroy bases, and this is why I liked the King so much, the ability to destroy a base was always really, really cool. If employees can destroy bases by destroying single parts, say an employee destroys a pallet, for example, if that pallet is destroyed, it could drop things like a wooden plank, which you could use to hit employees a certain amount of times before it breaks, and then it just kind of disappears. When you hit those employees, it could either stun them for a lot longer than what the normal push does, or it could kill them. Now, killing employees, if you know the SCP-3008 lore, when you kill an employee, more will come. And so that could mean if you are killing just a bunch of employees during the daytime, during nighttime, it could change the game as to have like a bunch of employees spawn at night. And the thing about this is like the performance behind it is kind of sketchy, because like if you're spawning in an absolute ton of employees, just throwing them at the players, the game is going to probably like seriously slow down, and especially for like lower end devices, it's going to be a rough time. So it's good to see that Ugly Burger does have a want to do this idea. Again, I'm just not exactly sure how he will do it, but if he pulls it off, this could be single-handedly the biggest update just ever to this game, because it will change the game completely. And the final consideration is a higher resolution map. So the concept is to have 25 by 25 plots alongside 50 by 50 stud plots. This would allow for more intricate shapes within the map, allowing for a wider dimension of plots / maps. So basically just take like your regular plot. Let's take the cafeteria, for example. Actually, I think that's too big. So for example, if we have the game room plot, and which is like I believe it's a 50 by 50 plot, we are going to cut that, and it looks like we're going to be cutting it into 4 different plots, which wouldn't have probably as much stuff, but could have more interesting items. Like the game room, still a good example. It has like the night light and like the special beanbag chair and stuff. So these smaller plots could have a lot more. I want to call them like specialty items, or like not rarer items. Maybe again, not exactly sure what would be on these plots, but I still think it would make the game look a lot more detailed, a lot cooler. And it would just be a lot more fun, because we get a lot more stuff to build with, which is always awesome. But yes, this is the stuff that is being thought about for 2.8. having seen this, it makes me very excited because the stuff that is already guaranteed already sounds really good, and the stuff that is being considered is game changing, like literally game changing, and would make the game a whole lot more fun for myself, especially when I'm doing like when I'm building things with the troops, and like having employees actually able to like rip things apart instead of having people grief the base to make the video a lot more scary. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool. So although I do hope that he does, you know, take the idea of PvE and run with it, honestly, I'm not sure how you would do it without... I don't want to say you can't do it, because you can do it, but I'm not the guy who has the ideas. I'm a YouTuber, okay? I just think that it would be very, very cool if it was implemented. But other than that, guys, that is really all I've got for this video. If you guys have any ideas or thoughts or theories about what could be coming in the next update, leave a comment down below because I'll be reading them all. I definitely want to hear from you guys and what you think about this because, like, it sounds cool. If we're going to see it or not, I don't know, but if we do, if we see these big changes, that is going to be completely insane. But other than that, that is all I've got for this video. So if you guys like this video, feel free to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, guys, it's Dragon Platinum, signing out. Peace out, guys. Bye.